But I was scammed for a large amount of money, and I feel so dumb. When this person's telling me all this, I'm in a state of panic thinking like my is being like stolen and I need to do this in order to keep my stuff safe. And I'm thinking like, well, if this was a scam, like they'd probably just give up at this point, because I've called them scammers multiple times at this point. I'm telling them like, you're scamming me, why would I do this? They got me so good. Like, I am so stupid.
And if somebody is calling your phone saying that they are the bank and asking for any information, hang up and call your bank, because they are probably a thief, and they're probably trying to take you for all you got. And this video will explain why I'm saying that.
Hey internet, my name's Kira, and I can't say it out loud because it makes me ill, but I was scammed for a large amount of money, and I feel so dumb. I feel there are a lot of emotions. This was about 24 hours ago, and I'm still settling in, and I'm still trying to figure out what happened to me. But I just want to put this out here because I do not want this to happen to anybody else, because it is not recoverable. This wasn't a digital scam. This wasn't something that I can just tell my bank, hey, I didn't do this, and I get it back. This was so, like, I was dumb. You need to, like, think. Like, I had a moment of dumbness, and they got me for my life savings.
I already feel really bad based off of what I just heard. It is a horrible feeling to be scammed. I've been scammed before, and I'm sure many of you watching have also been scammed before too. Also, she said they got her for her life savings, and she looks kind of young to me. I don't know about y'all, but nonetheless, this is already off to a rough start.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't want to post myself crying on the internet, but I can't talk about this without crying, so I apologize for my emotions. I genuinely want to get this out there. If it saves one person, that's helpful. But if you know me, you think I'm really dumb now if you watch this, and that's okay.
We don't think you're dumb. Girl, be kind to yourself. The world is ugly enough, and we all make mistakes, so let's just hear her out and see what happened.
I just want people to know about the situation, because one less person would be nice, so let me get to it. So yesterday I get a call from my bank, and it was my bank's number. I Googled the number. I am like going like in my head like, yes, that like back and forth, like, is it my bank, is it a scam, I finally like tell myself like, this is real. I Googled the number. This guy seems legit. Like, he's not asking me for any of my information. He's telling me that there's been fraudulent activity on my card and asking me if I am aware of a charge in Texas. I say no, I'm not in Texas. I'm in Colorado. So that's happened to me before, and normally the next step is like they freeze my card and then I get sent a new one. That was not what happened to me this time. He said, okay, I need to transfer you to our fraud department. They are going to bring you through the next steps. And okay, cool. So I get transferred. It's like a new number. I'm thinking it's real at this time, so I don't like Google this new next number. I'm just listening, and she's telling me that actually I'm a victim of identity theft, and that there's somebody in the bank using my ID or all the information on my ID to make a withdrawal of all of my money. And so I'm at this point starting to really panic. I am panicked beyond, I am a very anxious person, which I think that this definitely helped them get this scam, because once they got me into a state of panic, I don't know why, but I was all trusting of them, and I'm so ashamed and angry at myself. So if you can't think I'm more dumb than I already think I am, so I guess that's why I'm posting it.
I don't think she's dumb. I really wish she didn't think that we thought she was dumb. But I will say this, your bank more than likely ain't calling you. Never. First off, let's just think about it like this, y'all. Many of us don't answer our phones. I'm one of those people. Spam calls all day. People be scamming all day, calling people's phones. It's to the point where if I don't recognize the number, I don't even bother. And I can understand and hear that she's saying she thought this was the bank because it was coming from a bank's number. And I can understand her logic here, but a bank typically isn't calling you. I will say this, with many banks, they have fraud alerts that will get sent to your phone if you set those sort of things up. Very useful. They might be saying, hey, is this transaction you? It's coming from a different location. You can even call your bank many times and tell them, hey, if there is an amount over X amount of dollars, notify me. There is a withdrawal for X amount of dollars coming out of my checking account, notify me. If it's from my savings account, notify me. They will send you a text, and then you can call and then figure everything out yourself. But somehow, some way, these scammers were able to look like they were calling from an official bank number and got over on her. And the reason I don't think she's dumb is because I just feel she didn't know. And you don't know what you don't know. Just think about when you first got your first bank account. Did you know that the bank isn't going to call you? Did you know that? No. Somebody probably has told you that, or over time in your lived experience, you've realized this information, or you've called the bank and the bank will tell you, like, you'll hear them say, hey, we won't never call you first. You know, and then it kind of sets in as a reminder in your head when scams and things of that sort start happening in real life. I feel really bad for her though.
So she tells me that it's identity theft and that this person is obviously not me on the cameras, but they just want me to come to a branch to just figure this all out and like do something. So I start driving to a branch because when they had called me, I was walking out of the grocery store. So I was already in my car and I said, and I'm thinking like my money's being stolen. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way right now.
Right.
I go to the branch and on my way to the branch, she starts to like saying to me that the branch that I am currently going to is under investigation, because she asked me, she goes, is this the branch you're going to? And she named the address. She had that information. So they know where I'm banking. They know where I'm going to go. Like, and so basically she tells me that this branch is under investigation and that I need you to go in there and try and withdraw X amount of cash, but the teller should not let you do it. So we need to just make sure that the teller's not in on it. And in order to do that, we just need to make sure she's not willing to give you any cash.
Ma'am, this is already very suspicious. So the bank was allegedly supposed to be under investigation. That's what these people were telling her. People on the phone who don't work at the bank. From the sounds of it, they clearly don't work at the bank, because the people who work at the bank are at the bank. But the bank is under investigation, so don't ask them nothing. Don't do too much. Just go in and try to do what we told you to do. Yeah, this can't end well.
And part of this is making sense to me. I'm like, okay, I guess, like, and obviously every time I speak this, or like this has been on my mind for 24 hours, like I can't live it down. And obviously when this person's telling me all this, I'm in a state of panic thinking like my is being like stolen and I need to do this in order to keep my stuff safe. And yes, it's dumb, but that was my mindset in that moment.
Right.
So I'm doing the thing. She tells me, go in there, keep me on the phone, put me in your pocket or purse or whatever. This lady is very kind, American accent. Not that wouldn't make her not kind, but that was just, I think, like when you think scam, you're thinking you're gonna get somebody foreign or possibly like some sort of accent, or you can tell in some way, or it sounds like a call center. Like, no, none of those red flags were happening. And she tells me, okay, go in the bank and withdraw, and you are now part of this investigation, so just try and grab as much detail as you can. She goes, I understand this is an emotional situation. You are a victim of identity theft. Please take this seriously. You're a victim. And they got me. And long story short, I don't know. They had me convinced that the cash I pulled out was fraudulent cash and that I needed a carrier to pick it up. Somebody needed to drive to my house and a courier was to pick it up because that's fraudulent cash. And if I were to touch it, I am now part of the FBI. And obviously, every time I say this, I want to shake my head empty and like bang my head against the table because like how stupid could I be? And I even like said to myself and told this woman on the phone, I'm not giving money over to a courier until I have replaced money. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like arguing with her and they are so persistent. And she was like, well, if this like, and I'm thinking like, well, if this was a scam, like they'd probably just give up at this point, because I've called them scammers multiple times at this point. I'm telling them like, you're scamming me. Why would I do this? They got me so good. Like, I am so stupid.
Girl, you didn't hand them you didn't give this cash to somebody else, did you? I think she did. It's all registering now what she's saying. She's essentially saying somebody got her number, told her to go to the bank. Hey, there's some fraud going on. In order to make sure that they handled the fraud, they needed her to take out X amount of money, however much money, she did it. But don't tell the bank teller nothing about the fraud that's going on, because they might be in on it. Just keep this between us, the people here on the phone, the ones that are trying to scam her. And then she goes back to her house or wherever with her cash that she withdrew because she went to the bank and withdrew it. Nobody forced her to withdraw her cash. She did it, but she didn't tell the person at the bank teller. She didn't tell them, hey, they're saying there's some fraud going on, because she's suspecting that they are under investigation. So they might be the bad guy in on the scam. So don't talk to them. Just go home with the money. And then they got the drop on her that she has secured the bag, literally. And now they say, wait a minute, we need somebody to come get this counterfeit cash that you withdrew from the bank, your bank, and we need to confiscate it. My. Oh my.
So stupid. Anyway, long story short, I take all of my cash that I withdrawed and I gave it to a US bank courier that was parked outside of my residence.
Oh my gosh. She did that. Bless her heart. Oh my.
I did that. I voluntarily gave over my money. They got me that good. I am 23 years of age. I am aware of these scams, and I'm so stupid.
She's just young. She's young. I already knew she was young looking at her. Ma'am, I'm so sorry that this happened. Kiera, no, she said life savings. That goes back to my earlier question. She says she's 23. Did she ever say how much she gave them? Because if you had a good chunk of change at 23, what an accomplishment. But it is very unfortunate that even if it was a large sum of money, her life savings, if you will, is what she's calling it. It's very unfortunate. It was literally handed over to a thief.
That's like the grief I'm going through. Like, I can't even say the number. Like, I can't put myself through that embarrassment, but just know I've been saving it for a long time, and it was my nest egg, and it was possibly going to get me some sort of property so I don't have to rent anymore. Like, I've worked for that for almost 10 years now. I've worked since I was 15 years old, and it's just taken away from me, but it wasn't. I gave it to them, and that's the part that rips me to shreds. So I'm just posting this so people can see it and not do it. Luckily, I'm okay. It wasn't all my money. I'll be able to pay my rent. I'll be able to eat. But it's just so disheartening that all I've worked for is not ripped away from me. I handed it over. And so, person, if you're watching this, good job, I guess. You deserved it. I was stupid enough and you worked me good enough to earn that money. So I'm the dumb one. I'm the idiot. But if your bank calls you, hang up and call your bank. Just please. And I don't know if I'm gonna post this or leave it up or whatever, but whoever sees this, like, just know I'm violently embarrassed and I feel dumb enough, so you don't have to call me dumb. And if you see me in person, don't bring it up. But be careful. And protect your things, protect yourself.
And her last bit of advice where she's saying, hang up and call the bank back, I couldn't agree with it more. If there's anybody claiming to be somebody who you may believe that they're not, that is the first course of action. Hang up the phone and call them back. Because if it's really them, they'll be like, yeah, that was us. Or they'll say, no, we wouldn't do that. We didn't do that. Somebody was trying to get you. Those few seconds right there can change a lot. It can save you a lot of money and heartache, because this is sad. This is really sad. Now, this first comment says, y'all answer your phone. I couldn't agree more with this. Someone here commented saying, as a banker, file a police report and take that police report to your bank. The bank will work with you and the police to recover the money if at all possible. This happens more than you think. There are ways to recover, and I'm hoping she is able to recover her money. It's already hard enough for the youth, and I consider her the youth, anybody under 25. So having a nest egg or some sort of savings in this economy is bravo. But to be a victim of a scam after obtaining it, I just know this is eating her up. Another comment said, you made a costly mistake. You are not dumb. I agree. It was a costly mistake, and she's definitely not dumb. You will recover, sweetheart. And I really hope she does. Scams happen more often than a lot of you think. They really do. I have to tell y'all a little story at the end. But first, she did a follow-up video 23 hours ago, by the way. And as y'all can see at the bottom of this page, she got more than 1 million views on this video. It was like 3.7 million currently. So even though This is a very sad situation. At least it brings awareness to bank scams, to phone scams. It's not happening to anybody else, hopefully.
I did make a police report. The minute I got off the phone with these people, I made a police report, and I also called the fraud hotline of my bank, the actual number. And also, I just want to say thank you to the people who suggested that I make a GoFundMe. In a million years would never think strangers on the internet would be willing to help somebody. I'm mind blown, and it's really a good reminder that there's more good people than the bad people that got my ass. So from the bottom of my heart, and I plan to send a personal thank you to each and every donor, but my heart is so full, and I appreciate every single person who told me to make a GoFundMe and that they would donate, because not in a million years would I was genuinely just trying to warn everybody, and I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to address a million people that saw my video. So, but I'm kind of shaken up by this situation, just I was already shaken up, and now this is a crazy layer on top of it. But just know my heart is so full, and thank you so much for all your kind words, your DMs, your comments. They have genuinely made me feel so much better. So I'm so happy I shared. And to all of you that have gone through something like this, I am so sorry. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. This is horrible. And for all of you who want to know the amount, I'll just say it because I've decided to be a little bit less embarrassed of the situation after I've heard all of your stories.
Yeah, we wanted to know, but proceed.
But I did lose $9,250.
I know what y'all are thinking, but she's 23. That's more than some people my age got in their mid-30s, we're being honest. That's amazing. I'm not sure anybody would want to part with $9,000 something.
That's the first time I've been able to say it without crying, so that's nice. But just know, my heart is so full, and I hope I answered a lot of your questions. I made the police report. I called the people. I've been seeing some comments about making an FDIC claim and also calling the FBI fraud hotline, which is definitely something I'm going to do. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I cannot, this is literally, there's more good people than there are bad. So if any of you are going through some, just I don't know, but just I'm very thankful of the side of TikTok that this ended up on, and just I don't know how to say thank you this way, and I also don't know how to address this many people. So I'm sorry if this is coming off weird or something, but I also just thank you. You guys have been very, very helpful with this situation, and I appreciate each and every one of your kind words. And also the hate comments are really funny, so keep them coming. I enjoy those too. Actually, I don't mean that. Don't keep them coming, but they are a little bit funny.
I can only imagine the TikTok streets. I tell you what, if I'm having a bad day, the last place I'm gonna go is to the comment section. The last place I'm going is to the treacherous streets of a comment section. Why? So y'all can call me greasy? Or point out if my knuckles are a little dry that day? But if somebody were to throw some shade back, be dry like your bank account, then we wrong. But I digress. Sometimes it's better not look at all, or to just be the bigger person. Sometimes. So I understand. I get it. By the way, I do think it's kind of funny when I get called greasy too at this point. But I digress. Back to the story.
The one that said, I wish I was on the phone with you. Yeah, me too. So many things that were red flags that I missed.
Too soon. It's a little too soon, girl. But I'm glad she's, in better spirits.
And it's Thursday. This happened Tuesday, so a little bit of time. I'm exhausted. I feel like I haven't actually slept. I need to be eating more. So thank you for all of the kind comments. I am trying to take care of myself. I'm going to. And just thank you for all your kind words. I never in a million years thought that this video would blow up like this, and I can't reply to each and every one of you. I want to, and I'm trying, but I just got off work, and this is all hitting me.
Now, this comment was posted an hour ago. It says, I cannot believe this story until I see some proof. You know what? I can understand why people may be skeptical and want to see proof. Personally, this is just me, and I'm not saying she's lying at all. But I can understand with beg talk specifically, which is, for those of you who aren't aware, the side of TikTok where people get on lives and videos and they're like, I have this dramatic story. And the story is not real, y'all. The stories are not real. And then there's a GoFundMe link, the sob story typed out with Chat GPT, the pro version of Chat GPT, typed out the sob story. They got on camera crying fake tears, and the story isn't real. And people will donate because social media has wide reach. You never know who is going to end up seeing that video and being like, oh my gosh, this is such a sentimental, heart-wrenching story. And I can help. I must help. I got to donate something. And unfortunately, some of those people are scammers. Some of those they are the scammers. They might even be talking about getting scammed, and the whole time that they're the scam. Like they the scam. I'm not saying she the scam, but I can understand why people might be a little hesitant. And there's people saying there's no way that this can be real. I think this can definitely be a real situation, and I honestly believe it happened. I honestly do. I could be wrong though. And others are down here saying I wouldn't be donating until there's some kind of evidence. Just saying. And personally, if it was me, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's me though. People are free to do whatever they want. You know what? All that I'm seeing in the comments is people saying like, hey, where is the proof that this happened? And why are people donating? And they're saying people are cooked. The world is cooked. People are saying since she reached her goal, she should close the GoFundMe. People are also saying they thought it was like 50K that she had in her life savings, and others saying something just isn't sitting right with them about this whole thing. And you know what? I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think? I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm asking y'all, does this story to you sound like it's the scam? Like, y'all tell me. I can't confirm nor deny because there is no proof, to be honest, online as far as what we're presented here on TikTok. But people do get scammed all the time. Now, someone here was commenting that I was told if you fall for a scam like this and withdrew the money, it wouldn't be covered and you would be responsible. Now, I can't confirm nor deny what would happen if someone is scammed. I do think a police report is a good course of action. Definitely alert the authorities. So for one, perhaps they can help you. And two, perhaps this won't happen to other people. But definitely let the bank know. Like, definitely let the bank know. And I know a lot of y'all are like, well, she withdrew the money. If you withdraw the money, ain't no telling how that can go. Ain't no telling. And I wanted to quickly talk about a time where I got a call. And this is a real phone call that I received. This probably had to be about 10 years ago. Yes, it was about 10 years ago. I received a phone call saying I won some sort of lottery. I promise you, this is what it was, something like that, like a lottery or something. And they said in order for me to receive the money, they needed me to go to Western Union and to withdraw X amount of money at the Western Union in order to get this larger sum of money, like millions. I was curious because I never received a call like this before. They were like, yeah, you want to blah, blah, blah. All you got to do is go Western Union, us the stuff, and then you'll get the this. The scam is you thinking you're going to get something more by sending them the money. And you're not. You're not getting anything more. They're going to be Western Unioned that money and then go ghost on you. That's the scam. You're not going to be a millionaire. If they offer you, if they say you got a free house, you want a sweepstake, all you got to do is Western Union some money. All you got to do is do this. No, it's not real. And to many of you hearing that, you may say to yourself, Symone, that's obvious. I'm just pointing out these sort of calls have happened to me even. They are wild, outlandish things that are being asked of the person that they're trying to scam. And just think about it. In her situation, they used her anxiety, her fear of losing her money against her. That's a feeling. So just like how we talk about in a lot of other videos, not only do a lot of these companies target your feelings, your insecurities, your anxiety, your worry, so do scammers. So do scammers. And even in the situation I just gave you all, that was a real life situation, a real phone call that I received about 10 years ago. What was the feeling? Yes, class. The feeling was excitement from potentially being a millionaire, because that's a feel good. Like, who wouldn't feel good about $1 million, $2 million, whatever BS they said, right? They're targeting the feeling. And because they targeted your feeling, a lot of the times, people who are looking to con you or to take advantage of you, or even sometimes just to market to you, can easily finesse you because they just have to tap in to the feeling that's going to get you to react. And maybe they don't know which one it is, but they're hoping that they strike the right nerve with the right person. And that is how a lot of people become victims. That is. Because imagine somebody who is struggling hearing, oh, You're gonna give me $1 million if I Western Union you some money to this bank in a whole nother country, and I won a sweepstakes and everything is gonna be good for me and my life is about to change? They're tapping into your desire. And unfortunately for her, they tapped into her desire to keep her life savings safe. And a lot of the time, if you get these calls, don't move fast. That's what they want you to do. They want you to not think. Because if you just take a minute, woosah, you might hang up and call your bank and then realize, oh, there was a bunch of BS. Tried to get me. See, that's the thing. They want to keep you on the phone. They want to keep you not talking to anybody else, just like in her situation. Don't talk to the bank teller. In my situation, what was said, don't tell nobody that you're going to Western Union this money. You want to know why? Because they're going to tell you that's a bad idea. That's common sense for maybe an outsider looking in. And when you see these signs, I think it's kind of hard to ignore it going forward. I hope that this video makes people aware of the tactics that people can use to take your hard-earned money. And hopefully even her sharing her story and me telling y'all about how they was even trying to get me helps somebody avoid this sort of situation from happening to them. Because in this economy, we need all of our money. We don't need to just be handing it over. I know people think, oh, everybody in America is rich and balling. No. And I wanted to really quickly look at her GoFundMe because I know y'all are curious. And it says here, help me recover from a cash scam. And my, lots of donations. Her goal was originally probably 9,000. I'm not sure because sometimes I know with GoFundMe, once you reach a goal, they can kind of move up. But nonetheless, I believe she lost around $9,000 from this scam as far as what she's saying. And she has now raised $9,489. And wow, somebody here donated $1,500. Someone did $439, another $100, $100. Lots of donations here. And I really quickly want to read this. It says, now I am struggling to regain my financial stability and pay my normal bills. The sudden loss has made it difficult to keep up with everyday expenses, and I'm doing my best to recover from this setback. I know nobody owes me anything, but I thought it wouldn't hurt to ask for help when I need it. But I need to know what y'all think about all this down below because this was a lot. How do y'all feel about her alleged scam? Have you ever been scammed? Or do you know somebody that has been scammed? And since everybody was arguing about it in the comments, would you have donated to the GoFundMe without any evidence? Because that's an interesting point. But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.